top of the morning, everybody. What is going on? Let me just close out all this crap. Not feeling good today. I can't find my beanie. My hair is just everywhere, man. Ugh. I could tie it back, but it's also really cold, so I need my hair to give me some insulation. What temperature is it right now? 40 degrees. Okay, well, that's not that bad. Could be worse. The drum was worse, man. This time of year? Oh, it's freezing. Oh. So, I checked out the TikTok replacement, you know, the not the Lemon 8, whatever that nonsense is. What is it? The Red Note. What kind of peanut butter do I like? Personally, I like smooth. Chunky's cool too with the little bits in there, but that was when I was younger, before all my shitty life decisions and my teeth got all fucked up. So, nah. Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's a decent morning. I mean, I'm keeping on what I said I was keeping on, and you know, this whole dedicating myself to like stream in the morning. I've slept better. Like before, I used to go to bed at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then like drudgingly get up, just like out of it, and then just be miserable most of the day. But I don't know. It's something about this is it's been really good. I've been going to bed a lot earlier, like at 1. Well, last night I went to bed at 1:30. It was my son's meds were a little timed wrong, so he's on Adderall and some other things. But yeah, so he was kind of wired for a bit. So he went to bed probably like 11:30, and then I had time to do the grown-up stuff that you do when the kids go down. So. You look like a badly trained Kylo Ren discussing family. Dear God, man. I don't know how I feel about those movies. Like, I liked episode 7 but I knew it was derivative. I knew it was basically just episode 4 all over again. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. The other two, not so much. Last Jedi, I couldn't stand it. Just... like, what am I watching? You know, and it's like Star Wars is always kind of like taking great liberties with anything scientific. Totally get. But in The Last Jedi, it just got to the point where it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm even watching anymore. What was the other? I mean, there's some cool moments. I mean, it's still Star Wars. It's cool to see this shit. But then with the Rise of Skywalker and the whole thing with Palpatine, and it's like, look, man, they could have definitely done a storyline with Palpatine. Left the seeds for it earlier on, you know what I mean? Because, like, extended universe stuff, that definitely makes sense. I mean, there was, Vader, like, had to fight clones of himself that was, like, that the Emperor, like, had as a safeguard and shit. Like, the extended universe is nuts, and there was so much stuff that they could have pulled from it. But, you know, sadly... they went with whatever in the hell we ended up getting with The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Do you have any puppies that wake you up with their puppy breath? I love puppies. No, unfortunately, no dogs. It's going to be late, yeah. No dogs. I got 3 cats. 3 cats, which is 2 more than you know. But it was kind of like, it was like a group family. Like, here's the thing. So... we had been open to getting cats because right before we moved here, our last cat had died, and my girlfriend had those cats since she was a kid. So they were like 20, 21 years old when they passed, Casey and Lacey. And so we waited a while. We lived here for a couple years, and then, you know, the opportunity just arose. Mother-in-law was... saw a post about this family of cats, and there was 5 of them, and we were interested in getting a cat, but at the same time, the mother-in-law also wanted to get some of the cats. So she wanted to get 2 of them, and then, it's like, we could also get the other 2 kittens, because there was 2 kittens and then the mama cat, but then, like, we didn't want to separate them from mama, you know, So we got all 5 cats. We got the whole bunch, and we just split it between the 2 households. So the mother-in-law who lives down the road, she's got those 2 cats, the 2 kittens over there, and then we got the other 3, the adult and a girl and a boy. So Juliet, Sophie, and Dorian. Oh, what's your favorite way to spend a weekend? That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. It's usually just like hanging out with my family. Sundays, I try to be a part of this thing with my buddies. It's called Girth Gaming. It's private. It's not like we publicize it or anything. But we basically just get in a Discord call for like hours on end and just play anything. Like we do Project Zomboid. We do AC6, which is a lot of me bitching about like everything, because that's what when I get frustrated, I just bitch, moan, and complain. I can't help it. And I always have to apologize to them. Like, I know I'm losing and I'm like acting salty, but please, it's just, I don't, but they're all good sports. Self-grooming is, yeah, you gotta definitely take care of yourself. Dentist appointment went well yesterday. After 10, I have to be at the VA to go do blood work. It's a walk-in, so it just after 10. But I gotta go do blood work. I gotta do urine stuff. You know how it goes. What's a dessert you like? As I've gotten older, I'm not like super down on sweets. I mean, usually when we all right, here's an example. So we made cookies last night, after dinner, and it was with salted caramel chocolate chip, right? Those are the cookies that we made last night. And everyone had cookies, the missus and the boys. I had a bowl of cereal. So, and it wasn't even like a sugary one. It was Honey Bunches of Oats. So, but yeah, I like sweets as much as the next guy, but it's just, I don't crave them as much as I used to. And going back to what I said earlier, a lot of poor life decisions, because of my teeth, I try to eat a little bit better, and I don't eat as much sweets as I used to. What's your favorite category on the hub? Sounds like something a Fed would say. Foibles, is that really you? Did our Discord server get like fucking hacked by the government? Oh, music. I like kind of pretty much like anything. Like if it sounds good, I'll like it. But for the most part, it's like classic rock, alternative rock, metal, things in the genre of rock and roll. That's like my number one main go-to. But I'll pretty much listen to anything. Like, there's some Bruno Mars songs that I like. Controversial opinion. There's some Taylor Swift songs I actually really enjoy. I don't think she's the best artist in the world. I wouldn't call her necessarily overrated. I think she's a wonderful writer. The written word of her songs is pretty good. I just don't think she's the best singer in the world. I think that her singing quality is a bit overrated, but, Shit, sorry, man. My cat sat on my keyboard. All mods have been compromised to avoid demonology. Yo, what's up? How is everybody, man? What's your favorite way to unwind after a hectic day? Alright, this is gonna sound fucking weird. Alright, so, like, there are times where I'll get stressed out or whatever, and it's usually video games are the go-to. But a lot of times video games don't really do it for me. So, for example, I love RimWorld. I have so much fun with that game. I get lost in it, and it's very fun. But if I'm having a stressed out day, that doesn't do it for me. Playing God with these colonists doesn't fucking tickle the fancy. I need to be put in fucking check. So that's why From Software is the motherfucking shit. So, little bit of Dark Souls, little bit, not Sekiro. I won't fucking play Well, I have Sekiro, but man, good God. I can't. Eventually one day I will do it, but it's like, you need like intense focus for minutes at a time. It's like, whoo, it's fun. That game feels so good, like in the hand. Like, that's one thing I love about Armored Core 6. It's all about the feel, man. The feel is really good. But yeah, so basically getting my ass whooped in FromSoft games is, for me, the most therapeutic way, because I constantly get more and more pissed, and like all those things that I'm feeling, like I'm stressed out and like it's coming out, and then I finally like achieve victory against whatever boss, or if I'm doing like some PvP shit, and then oh my god, then I feel, oh, it's like that's the thing I love about FromSoft games. It's like they're able to take all of my negative emotions, bring them right to the surface, where I can then throw them out in my fingertips against my enemies. And then when I finally, oh man, there are some bosses that when I finally get them, I'm like, yeah, you know? So yes, dude, it's all right. Sekiro is a gorgeous game. That game, it's beautiful. The art direction, I love it, but it's a skill issue, dude. It's definitely a skill issue, because from what I've noticed out of all the FromSoft games, I think Sekiro requires the most skill. And this is coming from someone that is bad at games. Ask Foibles. I am not the best at AC6, but I have a lot of fun with it, you know? Please do not hug all your fans. I'll hug all of you. Where's my... Foibles, please do not leave. Stay here for a moment. I was going through some of my like settings stuff, and I noticed there's an issue with how you are a mod, if that makes sense. And I just have to adjust it. It's not a bad thing. You're not losing privileges. If anything, you're getting more. Community moderation. So, how do I gotta find your YouTube channel, because I have to paste your actual user channel, whatever. So right now, the only one that is a managing moderator is Photo, and for some reason you're just a standard moderator. I don't know. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, my main also got to go get the car smog too. We've got the registrations due this month. Let's just do this. Dog. Only channel members of 60 years or longer can send a message. Oh, that would be fucking wild, dude. Let's see. YouTube came out in 2016. And I made my account in 2016. So basically my account is slightly younger than YouTube itself, because I think YouTube was out for like a couple months before I made my account. But it was probably the absolute coolest thing. Why isn't the chat loading? I'm just... Hey, Foibles, if it's not too much to ask, can you DM me on Discord, giving me the link to the URL to your YouTube channel, so that because it's not... I was gonna like... never mind. Here it is. That's my alarm. Okay. Let's see. Go to channel. There we go. Cut. What is up with this shit? Okay. Paste the channel URL. Why isn't this working? What the fuck? I'm trying to... We will pay you to promote this channel to the world. Thank you for your time. What channel? That's just their gatekeeper limit. Save? I don't know. Did anything change? Damn it. Oh, there we go. All right, so cool. Now, Photo and Foibles are now managing moderators. Woo. Sweet. I just noticed that. So glad you came in, because I just had to click on your thing and then go to your thing. But, you know, I don't know, whatever. So, anyway, blah, 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 blah. How is everyone? I'm sorry. I feel weird today. Do you like to stay updated on current events? I try. Speaking of which, there's something I did want to talk about now that you mentioned it. But for the most part, I do try to stay up on current events, but it's hard, man, because like the world is so negative and things are kind of skewed one way or the other, and it's kind of hard to like know what's like. For example, like the California wildfire stuff. Here, like the one big takeaway that matters at the end of the day is the countless suffering that is going on out there right now, which I think needs to be the main focus. And I have fallen into the trap of like following through with how everything's super heavily politicized. I mean, sure, there are political things about the fire that we can discuss, but I kind of think right here, right now, our main focus and attention should be on like helping people, you know? I can feel the power coursing through my veins. But, and it does put me in a negative mindset because it's like, I can see which way the wind is blowing, Like, what's going to happen at the end of all this? Like, the land, like, I've gone into it before, but you got some people that have lived there for generations at those locations, some people that, got their house from their parents, or even some people that are still paying on a mortgage, and it's like, what's going to happen now that all this free land is open for development? It's like, I feel that because this natural disaster came through, the government and corporations are gonna look at it. It's like, oh, well, clean slate, it's up for the grabs, let's take it. And John Goodman lost his house, dog. I like John Goodman. I don't give a shit that he lost his house, though. He can buy another one, unlike the rest of us. Woo! Appreciate it, fam. That's first? Is that just a 1? Anyway, let's celebrate their first super in a live stream. Kick ass. There's no message, though. It's okay. He'll say some batshit stuff in the chat, so it'll all even out. War crime. Oh, God. Dude, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty, but I can't do any of it because I have to go do lab work. So, yay for that. Trump or Biden? Oh, between the two, definitely Trump. 100%. That doesn't mean that I'm super thrilled that he's our next president. It's like choosing between two bad options. One's just slightly worse than the other. Yeah, they're both ass, My very first I mistrust all other content creators. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, it's hard to trust anybody, man. That's why I make it so prevalently clear that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. We're all trying to figure this shit out. What do you wish you had more time to do? Wow. The immediate answer comes to my head is I wish I had more time to hang out with my kids, but I already do. So, I do hang out with my kids a tremendous amount. But I think I had. It's not about having more time. It's about how would I utilize my time more, because time is a currency we can never get back. And I there's a lot of times I do waste the time that I have, So, yeah, if anything, I wish I would just manage my time better, kind of focus doing things that I actually care about. So, like, yeah, time to get good, right? I love apocalyptic things. So even wondering about whether humanity's gonna be here or not, I'll touch on that in just a second. I do want to go back to the thing about time, man, and kind of managing it. It's like I wasted so many. Like, look at my YouTube channel. Like 90% of the videos I uploaded, I wish I never did. But I tend to keep things up because it's part of the history of me. I can go back 5, 6, 7 years and see videos of me and completely disagree with a lot of the things that I was saying, and but I like looking back, there's certain things I wish I would have just not wasted time on. Like, there was a time period where I really, really tried to make YouTube content, but I had no idea what I wanted to make, So all that content was bad because I didn't care about it. But I spent so much time making that content that I wish I would have just used that for something else, you know? But yeah, if Foible's right though, man, I wish I had more time to get good. I like her explaining all the fun uses of an angle grinder. Yeah, so civilization will be here in 2050, 2100. I mean, I'm overall optimistic for the progression of mankind. Do I think civilization will still be here? Yeah. Upwards to 100 years. See, 2050 is a little bit easier for me to say yes. 2100, it's a hard one to, you know, a lot can happen in 50 years, you know. I mean, hell, a lot can happen in 25 years, you know. But I'm pretty much optimistic that civilization will still be around in 2050. But as far as 2100 goes, any number of things could happen between now and then. Optimistic though, so I would be leaning as more so definite yes than not. Because look, humanity's been kicking around on this rock for quite a long time. And, you know, I know that most of human history is actually condensed into like a very small sliver of the actual human experience. But I think that keep saying think. I hope we figure it out. I hope we get our shit together. And this is very telling. Going on Red Note, that Chinese app, right? And my first impression is like, holy crap, man. First off, the content that, like, the way that they make content, like, the priority of content over there is so much better from my perspective than in America. Because every time I would go anywhere online, like if I'm on a YouTube short, Instagram reel, or, you know, TikTok, whatever, or Facebook videos, it's people trying to sell me something, people that are like fucking half naked or some shit, or it's just constant fucking like negative energy bait that's just trying to piss people off. And so let me talk about this. So my initial impression is like, damn, these people are super welcoming. And it's like, I think it's a really cool bridge between two cultures, because in China they're very closed off, like, from the social media that we use. They have like their own thing going on, and so they hear about us in the news, but they don't really interact with us. And so having this is a really cool cultural moment, and these people are super chill. But yeah, some Americans have come on and made an ass of themselves, but I'm gonna read to you, it's the translated, these are the translated rules, so in English instead of in Mandarin, but these are the rules for posting on RedNote, or I wish I could pronounce it. I haven't tried pronouncing it yet, but I'll get used to the name of the actual app. Post original content. If you're using someone else's content, you need permission. If you're referencing someone's content, give direction and credit to the reference. Wow. I mean, yeah, that's a thing that's in a lot of American companies, but it's not super enforced. You know, like, people get their content stolen all the time. I think as far as like being able to like have your content safe, the safest place is YouTube because of Content ID. Facebook does not give a fuck. Facebook, Instagram Reels, they let you put pirated, booted shit on there all the time. Outright content theft is not tolerated. Do not redistribute anyone's content without their consent, especially for your own personal gain. Which is very interesting, because the American version of this app, TikTok, that was rampant. A shitload of the content that was actually on TikTok was just like clips of TV shows, or someone's video from YouTube that was ripped and put on there, or people pretending to be that creator when they're really not, and they just funnel through all their YouTube content into these short form videos. You know, it was rampant, and that's something I've always thought, like, come on, man, why are you stealing people's shit? Make your own. If you are sponsored, declare it. The rules on collaborating with businesses and or promoting your business are very strict. Try not to hide ads or be deceptive. Once again, that's something that's a rule that's here in the US as well, but it's not super enforced. even though the Chinese government is a bit strict, let's say, you know, kind of, I don't know, it's like companies in America can kind of get away with whatever they want, you know. Just check out that. Also, what do you believe in that others might not? It's a good one. Let me finish these and I'll touch on that. If you're giving this is a big one. This is a big one that I wish was here in America. If you're giving medical or legal advice, you better be a professional and state your credentials. If you're just giving a personal anecdote or sharing experience, make sure it's noted somewhere in your caption that it is not medical advice and do not exaggerate. Once again, that's kind of like a thing that we have here in America, but it's very, very loosely enforced. You know, like, if you try to make yourself seem like a professional, they'll come after you because that's fraud. But if you're just some kind of willy-nilly nobody and you say some shit off the rip, there's not really much that the government can do about it because of freedom of speech. And in that situation, you haven't made a claim. Like, look at all these like TikTok financiers that are telling people like, oh, if you're a beginner, start off with options trading. It's very user friendly. Are you fucking out of your goddamn mind? Anyway, but you know, the people giving financial advice or medical advice on a lot of our social media, people like me and you that want to fucking, you think that they fucking know everything and put it out there, and it's like, no, that's not right, man, because you get other people that listen to this crap and they actually can believe it, and then people get hurt, people lose their money, and it's all because they followed advice because they trusted you. You know, that's the problem with influencers. Pseudoscience is heavily discouraged and frowned upon. If you're going to post medical, health, wellness advice, or anything remotely related to personal well-being, make sure you can back it up by science. Yeah, in America, pseudoscience runs rampant. Look at fucking like Alex Jones and shit. Like, dog shit. Sorry. Try not to curse as much. Don't use overly exaggerated beauty filters or editing. Zhao Hongshou, I think that's how you pronounce it, values authenticity. Users engage in sincere conversation and giving advice to one another. Content seen here often affects decisions and perspectives in real life. Be as authentic as possible. And here's a big one. Nudity and sexuality are strictly prohibited. You can share things for educational purposes, but ultimately the audience decides what they feel is appropriate. Post responsibly and take chances. And if you take chances, that's on you. Yeah. So, you know how... Oh, the other thing, it's like a lot of like OnlyFans shit, right? Constant. Like on Twitter, everywhere. Everyone is trying to sell you their OnlyFans stuff. And I've talked about why that's sad before, so I'm not going to get on the weeds on it. And on Red Note, in China, no, they don't want that shit. They don't want you to they don't want that overtly sexual content. It's like that has no place here, you know? Anyway, so moving on. What is something I believe that others might not? I believe the Earth is a globe. I don't, it's like, the things I probably don't believe is, that's a fucking hard one. Sorry. Alright, what do I believe that others might not? If you hear foibles, you've heard some of my shit, some of my stuff. Because here's the thing, I know that there's a lot, I just can't pinpoint it. Like, alright, so like, I believe that somewhere in the universe there's intelligent life. Somewhere. Other than Earth, obviously. But genderless aliens. You know, one of, Hail Mary, the alien that our main character meets and they become friends and everything, his species, they're all hermaphrodites. And because the book goes a lot into science and stuff, but like, when you talk about like evolution and like survival of the fittest, and if that is a universal law that applies to life, yeah, I can see like a species that is genetically hermaphrodites. I don't know what you believe, Doc. Well, I think it's because we spend so much time shit posting with each other that it's hard to know what's real or not. That's true. I couldn't tell you, man. I don't even know what Foibles truly believes. I don't know if you saw, I talked to Bradley in Discord, and he seemed pretty upset with you. Yeah, I tried to calm him down, but that dude wasn't having your shit, man. He's like, man, Foibles is up to his nonsense. It's like, damn. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, from an evolutionary standpoint, in regards to intelligent life, the species being hermaphrodites kind of it makes sense, and they were hermaphrodites. Yeah, well, yeah, there's hermaphrodites in the animal kingdom that can reproduce. I know it's just a little weird with humans. Anyway, yeah, I'm having a chill, mellow morning. It's nice to have some people come in, ask me some strange questions. What about you guys? What are some things that you guys like have like some convictions in that the rest of the world might raise an eyebrow at? Like, I believe the CIA was involved in the JFK assassination. That's like one of like the few conspiracy theories that like I actually subscribe to. They're all government ones though. Yeah, I see. I got a little note there. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain true such videos. Okay, let's. I wonder.